As you may have noticed, gender is not just about our roles and responsibilities. It is about everything: how we dress, stand, talk, swear, where we go, and when we come back, our gentleness or violence, our domination or subservience. Gender is even about our dreams or ambitions. Does a girl want to become a surgeon or a nurse, a pilot or an air hostess? Does a boy want to become an engineer or a dancer, a surgeon or a nurse? Societies label certain characteristics and qualities as masculine and feminine. Certain dualities have been created and defined as male or female, when they are actually neither. For example, body, mind, nature, culture, emotion, reason, object, subject, private, public. All that is on the left side of the screen is considered female or feminine, and all that is on the right, male or masculine. Not only have the two been ranged as polar opposites, a hierarchy has been created between them as well. Mind is supposed to be superior to the body, and culture is an improvement on nature. Those who are rational and objective are valued more than those who are subjective and emotional. Women are just bodies, almost like nature, while men are the minds, thinking, rational beings who work on nature and transform it into culture. Men are therefore superior, over and above nature and women. They can do with nature and women what they please. To me, all this sounds incredible and very false and harmful to both women and men. No wonder boys are not allowed to develop any emotional intelligence. Okay, let's now see how gender perpetuates unjustifiable inequality and hierarchy in the society. For this, let's take a gender norm and see how it shapes the role of women in the family, the community, market, and in the eyes of law. When we speak of law, we are talking about rules and policies framed by the state that determines the status of women in society. Social norms say that the woman's work is at home, while the man should work outside in the public sphere and earn income for the family. Because of this, at the family level, women are expected to do all the household chores, and little girls are expected to help the older women in the family. This does not automatically mean that girls do not go to schools or women do not step out of the houses to get food or water. They do. But such roles are not given due importance by the family or the community. One example is that of farmers. When we think of farmers, what image comes to our mind? It is usually that of a man. However, women are engaged in a number of farming activities. Only their roles are not recognized, independent of the family. They are considered to be only helping the male members of the family. Since women are expected to stay at home, at the community level, usually most decisions are made by men. Or in community meetings, held at times of the day when women are busy with their multiple chores, making it impossible for them to attend. As a result, women's voices and experiences are excluded from such meetings and decision-making processes. Access to information, credit, training, machines, tools, pest control methods, markets, etc., are crucial for agricultural productivity. However, because of gender, women do not have easy access to such services and goods. Market is a big influencer of gender. Markets have deepened the gender differences by gendering almost everything: dresses, shoes, cosmetics, watches, bags, even perfumes and colors have been gendered. Markets have gendered toys. A huge production of pornography has spread, sexual abuse and violence. And finally, the state more often than not invisibilizes women farmers and does not take their needs and interest into consideration while framing laws, programs, and policies. In 2017, India formulated the Goods and Services Tax, or GST, an indirect tax that is to be levied throughout India. Under this tax regime, bangles, vermilion, and bindis have been deemed as essential commodities and thus are tax exempt. However, sanitary napkins have been considered as luxury items and a 12% tax has been imposed on them. If we do a gender analysis of this policy, then it is clear that the policymakers do not think of sanitary pads as a necessity. But then, what about the biological fact that women of a certain age menstruate? The policymakers seem to have a very specific idea about the role of women. They seem to believe that all menstruating women would be married and thus would need vermilion, bindis, and bangles. They assume that these women would be within their house and thus would have no problems in using cloth-based sanitary napkins which need to be washed and maintained hygienically. The fact that sanitary napkins afford a sense of freedom to women, making it easy for them to engage in different activities in the public sphere, is lost on the policymakers. Thus, women end up paying a price for enjoying their freedom or for their biology. They end up paying costs for a biological condition. Can you think of more examples from your own context? Please write them down. Share them on the discussion forum. Does all this information overwhelm you, friends? Take a deep breath and think. Do you think you have been a victim of genderization? And perhaps you unconsciously imposed gender roles and expectation on others? Are you able to see those implications now? Remember that gender in itself is a neutral term. It does not mean equal. It does not mean unequal. It is just a definition of women and men, girls and boys, given by the society. And this definition can be equal or the same or unequal or different. It is only when gender is systematically used as a pretext for depriving one section, most often women, of access to resources and opportunities that hierarchies and inequalities are created. So we need to analyze in every case the manner in which gender is operating and whether it is creating equality or inequalities.